sit down actually. I have got a stool in here which I could sit down on, but you're just not quite tall enough. Right, if you saw what you were propped on, you would laugh. You're on my food caddy and then 2 cartons of oat milk. So, hi. It's been a while, has it not? I mean, I think you guys are used to this by now. I tend to dip in and out of this platform. And I have mentioned before, like, I just struggle sometimes with like purpose when it comes to creating content. I do really miss this platform because I love making vlogs and I love YouTube. So anyway, I thought I would come back, and I'm hoping to make this more regular. And I do have some news for you as to why I'm hoping to make this more regular. Well, it's a big reason as to why I can see myself making this more regular, and hopefully. But anyway, for those of you that follow me on Instagram, you may know already that I am currently 14 weeks pregnant, expecting our second little baby. Little bloated bump. It's very much like, has she just put on weight / didn't lose the baby weight from the first pregnancy, because honestly that's what happened. So I always still looked a bit pregnant. So when I got pregnant for the second time, I was like, oh well, I already look pregnant, brilliant. So yeah, I am pregnant with baby number 2, which is very exciting. Sooner, a lot sooner than planned, anticipated. But here we are. That's kind of the biggest news. And so what I want to say really is I really enjoyed documenting my pregnancy with Gabe and like early motherhood. And I still go back and watch those vlogs because it's just really nice. It's kind of like home videos. They're just nice to see and to remember, because obviously we were in lockdown in my last pregnancy. So just to remember how it was, the things that happened. Also seeing Gabe as like a tiny, tiny, tiny angel. And when he's now the biggest boy ever. It's quite nice to have those memories in video form rather than just in pictures. So that's a part of why I feel like I can come back regularly to YouTube. I also just loved engaging with everyone who was pregnant around the same time, who was trying to get pregnant, who had recently had their first baby, all that kind of stuff. So I just found it really enjoyable to be on social media around that time. So I feel like that's why I kind of want to be engaged on these platforms again. So if you saw my reel on Instagram, thank you so much for engaging with it. If you did, I had so many lovely messages. And over there I'm also going to be doing more kind of outfitty type things. I think one of the big things from my previous pregnancy was I really focused on not buying any maternity clothes. I didn't buy anything specifically maternity. I just reworked the stuff I already had and then bought things that I knew that I would wear after pregnancy as well. So I want to do a bit more of that over on Instagram because I feel like that's quite useful for people. Speaking of which, I am wearing this Beyond 9 jumpsuit, which I absolutely love, which is technically a maternity brand, but it's actually, you don't have to be pregnant to wear their stuff. All of the things that I have from them I've continued to wear over the last 2 years, whether pregnant or not, and now I'm pregnant again, they just fit seamlessly, which is wonderful. So there we go, that's a little bit of an intro. How are you? How have you been? Gabe is currently at nursery. I dropped in there this morning and then I went to do the big shop. Well, I say big shop, it was like a medium shop. We didn't actually need that much. And yeah, I'm going to just get myself ready and then I'm going to walk down into town because I'm going to do, as I say, one of these shopping videos. I think I'm going to pick a retailer and kind of show what I would wear from that store being pregnant and what could work if you're pregnant. So I'm going to go to COS today because that's one of my favourite places and I feel like it's very, very pregnancy friendly. So yeah, one thing I will just show you as a little update. I don't know if I ever showed you the garden. Last time we spoke, it was very overgrown when we moved in and I kind of didn't really know where to start, but I wanted to tidy it. So I was quite lazy and I got some gardeners from Fantastic Services. You may have heard of them. We've moved with them before. We've used them loads, to be honest, but yeah, they now do loads of different services. This isn't an ad, by the way, but they are just really good. So we booked a couple of gardeners to come and just clear the garden, so it was like a blank space for me to then tend to. So it's a bit messy. I mean, it's by no means a kitchen garden, but it's my garden, and I've never had an outdoor space this big before. So I'll just show you a few things that we did. My mum came to stay with us the other week, so helped me plant up all the things that I wanted to plant. And yeah, it's very much a work in progress, but I thought I would just show you the progress. So the first thing, ignore that empty bag of compost, I need to put that in the bin, is this little herb garden. My mum ordered this raised trough for me, and we've got some herbs planted in here. And this is thyme, common thyme, oregano, and this has really kind of like, if you look underneath here, there's all these new buds, new leaves. This has really like flourished since we planted it. I've got parsley, not because I particularly like parsley, but I just thought it kind of looked pretty and I needed something else to fill this. To be honest, at the garden centre there wasn't a huge array of herbs to choose from. But anyway, chives, because we love to put them in potato salad. And then this is lemon thyme, and you can see these really pretty purple flowers. I mean, the common thyme has a few of them, but lemon thyme just has loads, and I just think it's really pretty. And I just love that this is, as soon as I come out the kitchen, it's there. So if I want to cook with the herbs, they're ready to go. And actually the lemon thyme was originally to put in gin and tonic. I can't remember where I heard it, but someone said it's lovely in gin and tonic. Obviously I can't have gin and tonic. I can have non-alcoholic. So that was originally what the lemon thyme was for, but it is also lovely with chicken. So next thing is, we had this massive pot was here in the garden, and it was underneath the jasmine plant, and it just had weeds in it. So we took all the old compost out, which is in that compost bag there, which needs to go, and planted a lavender, which in theory can grow really, really big, but that will take ages. So we might plant some daisies around it, or some salad leaves, I'm not sure. Haven't quite decided yet, but I was really pleased to have this big ceramic pot because they are very expensive to buy. So I was really pleased to already have one. So I think it's not going to stay here. I've got to think about arranging the garden where I want things to go. But for now, we got it planted. You can see we've got a lovely weed there that I need to pull. And then this is just a little kind of practice run for flowers, just in a little plastic trough. I've never grown anything before, so I kind of just wanted to, as I say, practice and see where we got to. And you can see the poppies are really thriving. I've got 2 poppy plants, this one here which is doing really well, and then this one here which has just started to open up. I also have this here, I can't remember what this is called, and this is okay. You can see these 2 flowers have really opened up, but it kind of, sometimes they're closed all day, and yeah, just look a bit sad. Like this one here just looks like that. And then this is supposed to be, it's like an orange version of this, and it hasn't quite taken off just yet, but I'll persevere. I'm not sure if I'm overwatering them, because you can see some of the leaves here are yellow, so I'm not sure about that. I have to speak to my mum. But anyway, it's just my first attempt at growing flowers. In a bigger plan, I'd like to have some big galvanized troughs that kind of go along here, these 2 sections, with a mixture of kind of grasses and things like poppies, and then geum I really like. But yeah, as I say, this was just a bit of an experiment. And then we've got this jasmine tree, would you call it a tree? Jasmine plant, and that was here when we came here. So lovely. And then this is a bit of a dead corner. This is our old furniture from the balcony, which we didn't really want to get rid of, but we're not sure what to do with. And then we just ordered this cheap-ish table and chairs, because garden furniture is so expensive, but we wanted something, so that we thought this will make do for now. Also, sorry, just a note on the lavender, it is technically seen as like a herb, so I could have put it, I would have thought to put it in the herb garden, but my mum said it's more of a shrub, so you want to put it in its own pot because it can just take over. So there we go. That is my little garden update. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I feel like everyone is gardening. I think because of lockdown, isn't it? And also, I don't know, I guess the people I follow are a similar age, and we all have houses now and gardens and want to make them look lovely. My first attempt at maintaining an outdoor space. I'm just going to put you on charge because the battery's flashing. Do you know, I just got back from town, and I went into town and I did not vlog once, so I didn't really take you with me. But I went into COS and was doing like a come shopping with me type non-maternity maternity wear. I think I mentioned that to you earlier. Got a couple of hours before I had to pick Gabe up, so I'm just kind of chilling really. I just had lunch. I'm sitting on the sofa watching some YouTube. We might go to the park a bit later on. I also picked up a replacement for I ran out of this, and it's my favourite serum. It's expensive, but I love it, and it's the Sunday Riley C.E.O brightening serum. So I popped into Space NK and got a refill of that because, as I say, my one ran out and I just can't live without it. So yes, but I did just want to say, actually, obviously I mentioned I was pregnant earlier, and unlike my first pregnancy, I didn't document any of kind of the early weeks, any symptoms or anything like that, purely because they weren't actually very different to my first pregnancy. I've actually experienced exactly the same. I lost my appetite, felt nauseous or nauseated. I never know which one. I actually think it's nauseated. Felt nauseated most of the time, was never actually sick, but felt pretty ropey, exhausted, like to the point where I'm always kind of tired, but to the point where I was having naps. Any opportunity to take a nap, if Gabe was at nursery and I was off, even if I had things to do, I was like, I'm just gonna nap, because I won't always be able to do this. And I just felt exhausted, and I was quite sure it was just a first trimester thing. I was hoping it was, and it does seem to be, because I'm nowhere near as tired as that. But I was falling asleep in the evening after dinner on the sofa, and like I say, I'm always quite tired, but not to the extent of falling asleep on the sofa. So yeah, those were basically my main symptoms, just in case anyone's interested, because as I say, I didn't vlog any of those early weeks. And now I'm in week 14, which is the second trimester. We had our 12-week scan a couple of weeks ago and everything looked fine, so that's always comforting to know. There's only one in there as well, that's also comforting to know. Here we are, my little angel. We've just had, he still drinks milk quite frequently because he just will not drink water. Oh, he just will not drink water. So I know that at nursery he wouldn't have drunk much today. So I usually pick him up and we come back and he has a big drink, and then I mentioned we might go to the park, but he didn't nap today, which is very unlike him. So I think we might just go for a nice little walk, and he can just chill in the buggy, and we'll go and have a walk by the river and look at the ducks, because Mummy enjoys a nice little afternoon walk. I thought we could play out in the garden, but I think he's okay, but he's been a bit like whingy. To make the afternoon go as smoothly as possible, I think a walk is probably the best option. What do you think, Gabe? Isn't he so big? Can you believe it? You guys won't have seen him for ages actually, will you? But yeah, he's basically like a 5-year-old. Right, Gabe, do you want to get in the buggy? Who's a little tickly boy, eh? Who's a giggly angel? Also just remembered we need to go to Waitrose, because this will sound a bit bougie, but Gabe has a particular type of muesli for breakfast, and they didn't have it in Sainsbury's when I did the big shop this morning. And I did actually look in Waitrose earlier this week for it, and they didn't have it either, so they probably won't, but I may as well just go and see if they do. And also I forgot to get the yogurt that Hainsley eats for his breakfast, because I didn't realise that he'd finished it. So we've also got to do that. Riveting stuff, I know. We've got a sleepy angel. Oh, gorgeous baby. Jackpot. This is the muesli that's been out of stock for weeks, it feels like. I think only about 2 weeks, but anyway, this is what Gabe has, and we love it. We're gonna get some sparkling water, and then we just need yogurt. I don't know why I've got you into the supermarket with me, to be honest. It's not that interesting, is it? I mean, because I'm not doing a big shop. But would that even be interesting? Probably not. So I think because he fell asleep in the buggy, when we got home he woke up and was really upset. So I've given him a dummy, which he doesn't have really at all anymore. He doesn't sleep with a dummy, and in the day he doesn't have one. We kind of keep one, if we go out in the buggy sometimes, I just have one in the back, like the back pocket for like emergencies, because sometimes if we go into shops he can be a bit, he hates shopping, but if I need to get something sometimes it's just there in case. But generally we don't have the dummy now, He just would not stop crying when we got in. He suddenly just got really upset. So I've given him a dummy. It seems to be helping, but he's a very upset boy, so we're just having a cuddle before it's time for dinner, but I'm sure it's because he's just woken up grumpy. And usually it doesn't really affect his bedtime if he has like a little half an hour late nap, so we'll see. I have to say I do quite enjoy this cuddle because I never get them anymore. Like he's not a cuddly boy at all. So anytime he'll sit like this with me for longer than 10 seconds, I just indulge in. Look at his little hands. I'm here in my salon this morning. I've got one client this morning and then I've got the rest of the day off, which is lovely because it's a lovely sunny Friday. I've just gone and picked up my delivery, which is just some colour that I needed. My hair. So yeah, so it's Friday now. You guys probably haven't. There's actually, I'm trying to think the last time you saw the salon. Not much has changed. It's actually probably a lot messier than when you first saw it, because that was when I was kind of just starting to work from here, but it's very messy, but it works perfectly. So it's a glorious day. I just had a lovely walk down to the salon. It's such a nice walk. It's so nice to be able to walk from my house to the salon, and it's like a lovely quiet, oh, that's backlit, so that's not great. A lovely quiet start to the day. And as I said, it's quite a chilled one this morning. My client is actually the mum of one of my other clients, and she's just having her colour done, quite easy breezy, so it should be a quick one. And then I can enjoy the sunshine. My iPad, there we go. Just finished my lovely lady this morning, very quick. There's someone just outside my door. There's someone putting things in the bin, so I don't really want to talk if there's someone outside my door. And I think I'm going to just pop to Sainsbury's up the road to get quite possibly the very best ice lollies in existence. I'm wondering if they might have sold out of them because everyone knows it's going to be hot the next few days. Anyway, I'm going to go and see if I can get those. I also need to get stamps because it's my dad's birthday on Sunday, and if I don't post his card, he will probably disown me because he just gets really upset when he doesn't get a birthday card. Oh, it's very hot. Do I look red? I do, don't I? I'm back from the salon. And as I say, I did do a detour into Sainsbury's to get the best ice lollies ever, which are these ones. The Sainsbury's own brand Cloudy Apple Ice Lollies. Oh my god, they're incredible. They're like, I prefer a more tart ice lolly than anything too sweet. And these are, well, as it says, fruity and refreshing. They're amazing. And these will sell out, okay? If you know, you know. And it's going to be hot for the next week. Which is why I've got 2 boxes. I know it seems a bit excessive, but there's only 4 in each box. So I thought I'll grab 2 because, as I say, I know those are out. So we've got those for next week. And then I also saw they do this new flavour, pink lemonade. And I thought, I bet that's lovely and tart. Made with real lemon and raspberry puree. So 1 a year, 5 a day. Anyway, so I grabbed that as well. And like I say, seems excessive, but this is for a week's worth of ice lolly treats. So I'm very excited about those. I need to get them in the freezer though because they might defrost, which wouldn't be great. Something I've been eating a lot recently for lunches is this, which doesn't look particularly appetizing, but it's so delicious, and it's just toast with hummus and cherry tomatoes on it, and then I drizzle balsamic. And I particularly like this balsamic dressing, which is like oil and balsamic. But I also have been enjoying like a mozzarella tomato salad, which is here with some lamb's lettuce, and I drizzle another balsamic on, which I got this from like a local farm shop, and it's this brand, Brianna's Homestyle New American creamy balsamic dressing. I don't know if it's American, but Yeah, it's this brand, but it's a creamier balsamic, as I just said. Whereas that one's just balsamic vinegar and oil, which can be a little bit more tart. This is creamier and it's delicious with mozzarella in a salad. So there we go. I'm just going to eat my lunch. Brilliant. Miss Nap, he slept for ages, actually. Hello. Oh, you're a sleepy angel. Oh. Bless you. So, Gabe is down for the night. Well, I mean, I think he's still awake. He's kind of moving around. So he might have a little wiggle for a little bit, but generally we should be fine. So I need to tidy up the kitchen. There's some washing up to do. And make myself dinner. I need to water the plants because I didn't do them yesterday and it's been hot today, so I need to water my herbs and such, which maybe I'll do now and then have a think about what I want for dinner. I just wanted to talk about his food actually. Earlier I showed his dinner, unless I deleted that out, and it was chicken chili con carne. The reason it was chicken is because I mentioned briefly he really likes bolognese, and any sort of tomato based pasta situation, but I didn't want him to have too much beef in the week, so I was trying to find ways of offering that kind of food but without beef. So you can get minced chicken, which is not very nice to cook with. It's very sticky, but it means that you can make something else and it not be beef. Anyway, I just wanted to talk because Gabe, and really get some advice, because Gabe has suddenly kind of gone off everything. Specifically dinner type situations. He wasn't really eating very much. At nursery is a different story. He eats everything at nursery, and at home he doesn't seem to. And everyone says, oh, it's because he's at nursery, there's other kids there, that's why. Fine, no problem with that. And we had a couple of kind of fail-safe options for dinners. Pasta bake, pasta in any form, so pesto pasta, pasta bake and bolognese, and there's a chili thing. And was it really just pasta in any form, to be honest? And then there's other kind of lunchy things that he likes, so like hummus he'll always have, cucumber he'll always eat, veggie straws obviously, apple, banana, blueberry, yogurt always. So there's a few things that he will always eat. He's never been into sandwiches, he doesn't mind toast. The last couple of days it seems that he's gone off pasta, and we've given it to him as a pesto pasta, a pasta bake. He won't eat it. So today I took out the chili chicken, which he's normally eaten, wouldn't eat it. I had some pasta bake in the fridge, offered that to him, wouldn't eat it. So I ended up giving him like basically lunch kind of thing for dinner, because I was like, I don't know what to give you. And I know that most of you will probably say, this happens on and off all the time, kids are very picky. I think I just feel bad because I feel like he's always eating the same things, but at least he's eating. I'm not the kind of person, at this stage, he's not 2 yet, and he can't communicate. So well, he can to an extent, but like we don't talk. And he wouldn't understand the concept of me saying, if you're not going to eat this, there's nothing else. And I don't feel comfortable to, I know that they say if they don't eat what you offer them, that's it, like don't offer them something else. I'm not comfortable doing that at this age because he can't communicate if he's hungry or why he doesn't want to eat it, and I couldn't bear the thought of him going to bed hungry or feeling hungry and not being able to tell me. So I always offer him something that I know he'll eat, so that I know he's eaten. And I think when he's older and I can say, okay Gabe, if you don't eat this, that's it, there's nothing else, and he can decide for himself, no, I'm not going to eat it, I would feel more comfortable. But at this stage where he can't tell me, I would never want him to be hungry. And I know that when I do offer him something that he will eat, he eats it. So I know he's hungry, he just doesn't want, for whatever reason, he's gone off pasta. He has been a bit poorly this week, so I don't know if it's that. It's really, I don't think there's anything I can do. I think I just need to ride it out. But just any sort of, if any of you basically like, yes, I'm going through the same thing. If you've got like a 2-2.5-year-old, or just toddlers in general, if you can just let me know if you've experienced this. I think you probably have, because I think most parents have. But it's just a bit of food is just such a minefield, and I know it doesn't always get better even when they're older. Like my niece and nephew are 8 and 6, I know that they can be hit and miss sometimes with what they're eating. When we first started weaning and putting him onto proper food, he'd eat everything that I'd give him, and now he just won't. Anyway, I've bored you there for quite a long time. I'll probably finish this vlog here actually, because I'm at the salon tomorrow's Saturday, and I'm at the salon tomorrow, at my friend's salon all day tomorrow, and then I'm also doing a client at my salon on Sunday, and I want to get this up for Sunday, so I'm probably going to finish this here. I have no idea what this vlog is like until I edit it, so I hope that it was a welcome return. Thank you guys so much for watching this far if you got this far. Yeah, and I'll see you really soon, hopefully next week. How exciting!